The more you do these exercises, it's going to clean out all that crap that's in there that's making you want to drink and making you want to scream at your partner and making you want to come home and kick the dog upside down. Trust me, it goes away. And then when you finally find that inner peace that Jesus taught, and you unlock all your chakras and your divine energy is flowing, and you know that you're invincible now because you got you. You are your own superhero. You're going to be a completely different person. And then when you don't need anybody else because you're so solid in your own being, then you can choose to have a healthy relationship. That's how that works. If you don't, you're just going to repeat the cycle. You're going to keep getting the same partner with a different face every time. You have to be the change. You're not supposed to spit here. I think it's one of the laws. No getting loud, no cussing, no negativity. You can't even leave a negative review on a restaurant. You can't say anything negative about anybody online. And no spitting. But I had to. I didn't even spit the scorpion. That was bad enough. Wait, that tree's cool. That's a pretty old tree. Wow. This tree just barely brushed me and I felt it. I felt the tree. Very old tree. Probably seen a lot of action here at this fort back in the day. That tree is very old. It tells a story. That tree felt a lot of those cannonballs fly. Wow. One of the biggest things Jesus taught was meditation. The kingdom of heaven is within you. The power of God is within you. You just have to go inside yourself. How do you do that? Meditation. Just sometimes you just got to be still. There's a story in every piece of this marble. There's a story in every piece of this temple. There's a story in everything if you learn how to see it. The biggest way to see the story and connect with God is to go inside yourself. Look within. You can't see the light of God with your eyes open. The true light of God is inside you. I look at that marble and I see warriors on horseback that traveled through these lands. And that tree I touched, that tree told me a story. And it was terrified listening to all them cannons going off. It's just sitting there trying to chill by the water, and it had to go through trauma just like we do. Speaking of trauma, so in my video at the White Castle, I talked about how I started doing the healing work 4 years ago. In my video at the White Castle, I was talking about how I started doing the healing work 4 or 5 years ago. So I would like to elaborate on what that means, doing the healing work. So there was a chiropractor who treated people for 20 years, doing adjustments and medications and who knows what else. And he said that he noticed that after years and years of treating these people, their pain just didn't go away. It didn't go away because it was in here. It was in the heart. It was in the chest. So all the moments of childhood trauma, watching your parents fight or watching a relative die. Or I even witnessed one moment of trauma. There was a little girl at one of the hibachi restaurants who, when they start dinging all the tools and all of a sudden the fire went off, like it freaked this little girl out, and she went and ran to a corner because that terrified her. The mom went over there for a minute and consoled her, and I was like, hey, good job, Mom. She's over there with her. The mom was like, all right, it's time to stop crying and go eat. Food's here. And the mom took off, and the little girl wasn't convinced that it was a safe space yet. So she stayed in that little corner and kept crying. That is going to be a moment of trauma in her until she fixes it. Until that little girl grows up and gets that trauma out of her chest, that's going to give her anxiety. That's going to... You ever wonder why you get off work and you're like, oh man, I got to go have a drink? You drink to disassociate. So instead of getting all that crap out of your chest, you use coping mechanisms. Booze, cigarettes, 3D sex, video games, whatever it is to escape from your own reality. You've got to become your own superhero. You have to put on your own cape. And you have to go back and do those reparenting exercises. What do I mean? So every time you get a partner and all you do is fight, you keep getting the same boyfriend or the same girlfriend with a different face every time because you keep repeating the cycle. You haven't found your inner peace yet. You aren't ready for a relationship. Every time you or your partner scream at each other, it's that terrified little child in there that says, you know what, I'm an adult now, I'm not going to put up with this crap anymore. And you just unleash all of hell's fury because you don't want to be yelled at and screamed at anymore like your parents did. Or your teacher, or anybody else who's ever, I've done it. I traumatized my own kids. That was me. I was the narcissist. In my relationship with Melinda, I was the white knight. She was the maiden. She was living at her grandparents' house with 3 kids. And here I come, white horse and all. I scooped them all up, put them in a house, and I felt like she owed me something. Now I'm the one better than her. I'm the one that took her out of a crappy situation, put her into a home. Now I feed your children. I expect you to kiss the ground I walk on, cook me 3 meals a day, other adult services, and you owe me all of it because I did this for you. That's entitlement. And I was absolutely 100% the narcissist. And then what happens when the narcissist starts treating the maiden like she owes him something? The whole situation just ends up toxic. And what did we do? We screamed at each other. And I'm 99.9% sure it terrified our kids are going to have trauma from that. But I also taught them how to do the healing work. And it's up to each individual. It's up to you to heal yourself. Because nobody else is going to come along and do it for you. So once you do the reparenting exercises and you go back to those moments like that little girl had in that restaurant, and you tell yourself everything's going to be okay. As crazy as that sounds, it releases it. It releases the trauma. It releases that vibration in there that's been rattling around for 20 years, that That vibration of terror that's giving you anxiety and make you want to drink and make you want to disassociate will actually come out. Promise you. I'm living proof. I'm as calm as a cucumber now. Cucumbers terrify cats. But, so let me give you an example of an exercise you can do. Here's a reparenting exercise you can do on your own. So, you got to close your eyes. I want you to picture your childhood home. Whichever one comes up for you, whatever age. Just picture it as if you were standing from the street looking at the front door. Can you see it? Do you see it from the street? I want you to walk up to the door, front door, grab the handle, and open it. Eyes still closed. Where is little you? Where in the house? Bedroom, bathroom, living room, with the parents? Did you find you yet? Go ahead and very gently walk over and sit down next to little you. Are they okay with that? Is little you comfortable? What's little you doing? Ask little you, hey, how you feeling? Is everything okay? I want you to let them know something specific that you've accomplished. Something amazing. Tell them, say, hey, look at what we did. It could be an award, it could be the amazing job you have, or it could be your kids. Tell them about your children. Say, hey, look what we did. Something specific. Congratulate them. Tell them how awesome they became as a person. Are they smiling? Are they happy? Ask them, what would you like to say to me? Did they have anything to say? Are they okay with you giving them a hug? I felt that. Let them know that they are special and they are loved. Let them know you love them. Tell them it's time to go now, but you'll be back. Okay? Do they have anything to say before you leave? All right. Maybe one more hug and then it's time to go. And you walk right back out the door. As silly as that may sound to some of you, that's very powerful work. When you can go back and you can reparent, especially in the moments that traumatized you, and just go back and let them know, hey, everything's okay. Look how far we made it. Look at what we've done. Look at where we are. The more you do these exercises, it's going to clean out all that crap that's in there that's making you want to drink and making you want to scream at your partner and making you want to come home and kick the dog upside down. Trust me, it goes away. And then when you finally find that inner peace that Jesus taught, and you unlock all your chakras and your divine energy is flowing, and you know that you're invincible now because you got you. You are your own superhero. You're going to be a completely different person. And then when you don't need anybody else, because you're so solid in your own being, then you can choose to have a healthy relationship. That's how that works. If you don't, you're just going to repeat the cycle. You're going to keep getting the same partner with a different face every time. You have to be the change. You. I love you. Now, there are people who charge a lot of money for this kind of work. I'm not charging anything. I'm serving the universe. But if you'd like to make a donation to keep my journey going and teachings, I would love to. I love to teach, and I want to help, and I want to raise the vibration of the entire universe, everybody doing God's work. So I'll put my Cash App in the comments.